You never know what can happen on any given day out here.
It's going to be tough. I'm going to have to rip through the crowd. It's going to get gnarly and really hairy and nasty.
Run what we can run for the championship. That's our plan. We're going for the championship, go for it all.
Well, I think anytime you win the National Drivers' Championship, it's you definitely have some sort of target on your back.
There is no layback strategy tomorrow. We are going for broke. We have nothing to lose. I mean, there's other tough guys out there. We have nothing to lose. We're going to go for it. We want to win.
Some of the most competitive racing in the country goes down right here, and you can say you're the king of it right now.
That's what we come for. We come to win, and we don't care about money or points or anything else. We care about trophies.
Welcome to Lorain County Speedway here in Amherst, Ohio, just southwest of Cleveland, a stone's throw from Lake Erie. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group of Ohio, the THIKTees.com 100. The largest crowd in the history of this racetrack, and they are going to be treated to some great racing. It's the 13th year of the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group, a great field of trucks here tonight, and owners Tom Cumbo and Robin Slaughter have been here every step of the way.
There's not a lot of truck series left anymore. It became a big hot issue in the late 90s and early 2000s, but then most of the truck series in the area have all faded away.
We started out running four-cylinder engines in the early years, then we migrated to the V6 engines, and now we're starting to go to a V8, a crate V8 engine, to try to get the cost under control. This year, the only one we're running is the Ford V8. We hope to get a General Motors V8 in the future, but the main thing was for cost containment. The V6 was better than the Ford. The V8 will be better than the V6.
What we want to do is we want to find that happy medium of where regional drivers can come and have fun, but then we can also have a series where the new up-and-comer can come through our series to gain more experience.
A lot of young guns and a lot of veterans this year with the ARCA Truck Series. Here was your starting lineup. 3 top 10s for Zach Carter. He'll start on the pole, and Chad Poorman currently second in Rookie of the Year points. The ageless veteran Steve CHRISTMAN inside row number 2 in the 99, and last year's Rookie of the Year Sean Zepp in the 81. Row number 3 making his 3rd start of the season, Ash Hawkins in the inside, and the 2010 champion Chris Bailey Jr. in the 17. Inside of row number 4, Cody Quirk in the 25 truck, and second in the points, Levi Mansfield looking for his 3rd win in a row. Inside row 5, your current ARCA Truck Series point leader, Danny Jackson, and the 21 truck of Brandon Huff. Row number 6 on the inside, making his 2nd career start, first since 2003 in the 45 truck, Stephen Cox, and Al Berry in the 46. Row 7 on the inside, starting 13th in the 8 truck, making his first start of the year, Todd GEARHART, and James Paul Weiser in the 71. Your 8th and final row on the inside, Randy MOYES in the 20 truck, looking for his 2nd straight top 10, and rounding out your field, who was 8th here back in 2010, Craig Myers in the 78 trunk. The green flag is out, and we are racing here at Lorain County Speedway, the THIKTees.com 100 for the ARCA Truck Series. Lorain County Speedway, 3/8 mile oval, 12-degree banking in each corner, slight bank on the front stretch as well as the back stretch, as Chad Poorman in the 3 truck crosses the stripe and has now led in the last 5 races as he leads lap number 1. Caution flags do not count with the ARCA Truck Series as a battle for the lead heating up. Sean Zepp looking to the inside of the 3 truck, and very easily he will take over the top spot, and Zepp will lead lap number 2. Sean Zepp looking for his first win this season. He has 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, grew up about 15 miles away, and is the owner of THIKTees.com. Let's talk to him about his company and the sponsorship.
THIKTees.com, it's an apparel company that we started. It's generally, it originated in Las Vegas, and we do motocross. We do all kinds of other kind of snowboarding, all kinds of other extreme sports. So we just felt like because of how this series is run, the integrity that they follow with the ARCA Truck Management, we're just, we want to come into the series and get the name out there and show people what we have to offer.
Chris Bailey Jr. now running in that 2nd spot. The 2010 champion got his first career win at this racetrack back in 2010, the last time we were here at Lorain County. Bailey in that white and blue number 17, working the low line, trying to reel in the leader, Sean Zepp. Let's hear from Chris Bailey about his championship in 2010.
Oh, that's huge. That's pretty much my life accomplishment right there. Like I said, I have the best crew in the world here, my parents, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have done that. But to get something like that out of the way, your first year is a big monkey off your back. Now you can just sit back, relax. You already got to win, you already got a pole, and a championship's a big thing to mark off your first year. So after that, it's pretty much just all fun and extra.
On board with the 54, Levi Mansfield. trying to become the 4th driver in series history to win 3 in a row. Drives it in deep now into turn number 3. A 3-truck battle now for the lead. Zepp in the 81. Then the 17 of Bailey and Mansfield trying the high line now in turn number 1. Trying to get that second groove to work. If you want to make a move, you may have to go up top in the later stages of this race. So it's Sean Zepp out in front, Chris Bailey and Levi Mansfield, your top 3 here at Lorain County. The ARCA Truck Series is brought to you by Sopwith Motorsports, television production, motor racing, and by Bochette Timepieces, high-grade quality-made timepieces. Welcome back to the Lorain County Speedway here in Amherst, Ohio. The THIKTees.com 100 for the ARCA Truck Series. Stephen Cox in the 45 truck making his 2nd career start, sits in the infield. Right as we went to break, we saw the 45 truck pull into the infield. We'll check in with him in a moment to find out what the problem was. Sean Zepp in the 81 trying to hold off Chris Bailey Jr. and now Levi Mansfield nose to tail. 3-truck battle for the lead as they head down in turn 1. And off turn 2, as you can see, battles throughout the field. 2 wide coming off turn 2. Trying to go 3 wide. Now trouble off turn 2 for Randy Moyes, the 20 truck. Looked like he got a little help. And it looks like the caution will come out for the 20 truck from Grafton, Ohio, Randy Moyes. So yes, yellow lights are on here on the racetrack. Our first caution in tonight's THIKTees.com 100. You can see the Arctic Racing Air safety truck making his way over to the 20 truck to make sure that he gets turned around and back on the track. Well, we saw the 45 truck of Stephen Cox out. Let's go down and hear from him.
I wish I knew what happened with my truck. I don't know what the issue is. I have no idea. The starter gave out on us early in the day. And so I get out there and I drop from 3rd into 4th gear at the green flag and the engine is just flat. I mean, dead flat. I've got nothing. Everybody flies past me on each side, and here we are.
So Sean Zepp continues to lead as we are back underway. Levi Mansfield looking to the inside of Chris Bailey now into turn 3, off turn 4 as we go on board with the 54 truck. He'd been trying the outside part of the racetrack, now got to run to the inside part of the racetrack, and Bailey will give up the 2nd spot and fall back to 3rd. So a nice pass for the 2nd spot for Levi Mansfield as he tries to run down Sean Zepp. Off turn 2, it looks like Zepp a little bit tight maybe coming off turn 2. Let's go down to the infield and talk with his crew member Jeff Long about what Sean Zepp is saying on the radio.
Kind of fighting the handling just a tick, so Sean's basically just trying to find the best line on the track right now so the truck will come to the best line.
So your leader searching around the racetrack. It looks like he's a little tight exiting the corner. Heating up that right front tire is now Mansfield looking to the inside. And as Sean Zepp searches around maybe to get some grip, he will lose the lead. And Levi Mansfield underneath the 81 will take it. Here comes Chris Bailey Jr. as well. So the handling going away early here on the number 81 for Sean Zepp, and Mansfield out front once again looking for his 3rd straight ARCA Truck Series win. Already pulling away from the 17 Bailey. In 2010, the last time we were here, Bailey was the winner, led 9 laps to pick up his first career win in the ARCA Truck Series. And as they cross the stripe, lightning fast laps here, about 15.5 seconds around the Lorain County Speedway. We'll go back a little bit further on board with Steve CHRISTMAN, 63 years young, as he is right behind the early race leader, the 3 of Chad Poorman. CHRISTMAN led the final 7 laps to pick up his one and only win so far this year at Lake County. Poorman, of course, we mentioned earlier, he's led in the last 5 races. Prior to tonight, 126 laps led. But it doesn't look like CHRISTMAN has the handling on that truck. We talked to him about it earlier today.
Well, first of all, we got to get our truck better. We're having trouble. We thought we had the problem cured the last 2 races. We haven't. We're still working on it. No, we're trying something new that The other faster trucks they're on a different setup, and we finally got on it about 3 races ago, and we haven't found the key yet, but hopefully it'll come our way.
Well, CHRISTMAN is one of those drivers, we've seen it in the past, where he'll make a handful of pit stops during the race, and each time the crew will make that truck better. And it looks like trouble now for the 71 truck in turn 1, loops it out and will cause the second caution of the THIKTees.com 100 here tonight for the ARCA Truck Series. So maybe a driver like CHRISTMAN will make a pit stop, try and make that truck a little bit better. And there is the 71 truck getting turned around out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 1 top 10 so far this year at the Kilcare Speedway. And with that caution out, we see the GEARHART Timber number 8 of Todd GEARHART stopped in the pits. Let's go down trackside and talk to him.
Well, it started out okay, and then about 20 laps into it there, or 15, whatever it was, it just started vibrating so bad my foot was starting to go to sleep, and it's not a place to be with a foot going to sleep, so I just pulled in.
So that will end the night for Todd GEARHART. The Whalen Engineering pace truck out in front of the field as we are still under caution. We're going to take a break. Here's a look at your top 10. It's Mansfield, Bailey, Jackson, Zepp, and Quarrick, your top 5 for the THIKTees.com 100. The ARCA Truck Series is brought to you by Sopwith Motorsports, television production, motor racing, and by Bochette Timepieces, high-grade quality-made timepieces. Good look at Danny Jackson and Levi Mansfield in the autograph session earlier today. The fans coming out to Lorain County Speedway, the largest crowd in the history of this racetrack for the THIKTees.com 100, and we are back underway. Levi Mansfield took the lead. Kind of checked out. The 71 of James Paul Weiser brought out the caution, and that bunched up the field. And now the 5 truck, the black 5, working the low line. Danny Jackson, your current point leader, trying to get underneath Chris Bailey Jr. and take over that second spot. Mansfield leads down into turn number 1, begins to pull away as we go on board with Steve CHRISTMAN. You see the 18 truck on the outside. That is Zach Carter, who started on the pole. He's fallen back. Let's check in with Mick Zoka.
Unfortunately, we just set the truck up a little bit too tight as a whole. We set it up a little bit different for a longer run, and I think it's starting to come to him. As we're going, the truck's starting to come a little bit better and better. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too tight at the start. That's what hurt him.
A little bit too tight means it will not turn getting into the corner. You heat up that right front and it only gets worse. Road racing, it's called an understeer. You might want to throw some more air pressure in the right rear and help get that thing turned into the corner. Sometimes looser is better. You don't want to heat up that right front, but you also don't want to heat up that right rear. So having a good balance on your truck here tonight is going to be key. And it looks like problems for Chris Bailey Jr. pulls to the infield. And yes, trouble for the 17 truck, the 2010 champion, his crew chief and father, Chris Bailey, now lowering the hood. So it looks like terminal problems for the former series champion. Will not go back-to-back here at Lorain County. You can see the window net comes down, the steering wheel comes off. Pretty much means your night is done. So a tough break for Chris Bailey Jr. Meanwhile, up front, it's still Levi Mansfield. It looks like Danny Jackson has slowly reeled him in, starting to heat up. Here in the THIKTees.com 100, the battle for the lead. Danny Jackson looking for his 4th win of the season. Mansfield looking for his 3rd win in a row and trying to reel in Jackson in the chase for the championship. Well, let's go down trackside and talk with Doug Miller for more on the 5 truck.
We're just riding right now, just holding our own here if we can. We're going to start making a move here, another 15 or 20 laps, see if we can close up the gap here.
Well, back in 2010, Danny Jackson did not win the race, but he did lead 83 laps, so he certainly has a fast truck here at Lorain County. We saw Chris Bailey Jr. have problems on the racetrack. Let's talk to him and find out what happened.
We had a really fast truck. We started 6th, and we made our way up to 2nd. I was just as fast as the leaders right now, but something happened in the motor. Right before that last caution flag, I could feel there's something wrong. whenever we got the green flag, I was second. There was no power on the start, so we just dropped to the back. I radioed into my dad and told him there was something wrong. Under the caution, I'll try and rev it up, and there was no power, so just try and hang on and see what happened. But once we got past, there was no point in blowing it up. We're coming 5th place, so we just pulled it in. It's unfortunate, but we had a good truck, that's for sure.
Certainly a tough break for Chris Bailey Jr. out of South Park, Pennsylvania, coming into this race 4th in the points as we go back on board once again with Steve CHRISTMAN right behind the 16 truck of Ash Hawkins. A&K Racing Chevy as CHRISTMAN now taking a look to the outside. We saw CHRISTMAN try the low line on the 3 truck, couldn't make it work. Now he'll try the outside on the 16 truck. Little crossover move now off turn 4. Let's take a ride around Lorain County. Ash Hawkins pushes up a little bit. Looks like CHRISTMAN is going to be able to make it stick. No, Hawkins will shut the door down in turn at number 1. As we go back up front, it is still all Levi Mansfield trying to become the 4th driver in series history to go 3 in a row. Danny Jackson still holds on to the 2nd spot. Sean Zepp in 3rd, doing all he can to hold on. Let's go down to Jeff Long to find out about the 81 truck.
We're doing good. He's just trying to hold his line and, you know, basically driving defensively right now. Try to keep what we got and bring it home straight in one piece.
Has he been saying anything to you about how the car and the track is feeling?
It's not talking at all. Just basically driving defensively and trying to bring it home.
So what that means, folks, is that he is trying to drive a very wide race truck. Ill handling, probably not going to move up, but does not want to fall back any more spots and end up on the podium here tonight at Lorain County. Levi Mansfield continues to work around this racetrack. Puts the 21 of Brandon Huff a lap down. Works his way now back into turn at number 1. You see the 99 of Steve CHRISTMAN, the next truck to go a lap down. So Mansfield turning some blistering fast laps, not only working through the lap traffic, trying to hold off the 5 of Danny Jackson. So we're going to take a break. There's a look at your top 10 for tonight's THIKTees.com 100. Everybody's chasing Levi Mansfield. Stay with us. The ARCA Truck Series is brought to you by Sopwith Motorsports, television production, motor racing, and by Bochette Timepieces, high-grade quality-made timepieces. Welcome back to the Lorain County Speedway for tonight's THIKTees.com 100, featuring the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group of Ohio. On board with the 99 of Steve CHRISTMAN, as Levi Mansfield, if you're just joining us, has checked out. He is your leader. Chad Poorman led the first lap. Sean Zepp took over. And now it's that 54 truck of Mansfield going for his 3rd straight win this season. Also trying to close the gap between him and Danny Jackson, the chase for the championship with the ARCA Truck Series. Mansfield's truck turning very well, able to run the low line. He had to move up top to get through the lap traffic and has a very fast race truck here this evening at Lorain County. Nice speedy shot here on the front straightaway. Again, in the closing laps here as we go on board with Levi Mansfield. You can hear Mansfield get out of the gas into turn 1, not really using a lot of brake. You know, sometimes on these short tracks we see the glowing rotors. We're not really seeing that here tonight. So a lot of these truck drivers not having to use the brakes to slow these trucks down. And that's a testament to the setup. You can see Mansfield's turning very well through the corners, has enough stagger to get in the corner and enough bite to come off, and he is pretty much pulled away from the rest of the field. On board once again with Steve CHRISTMAN, the 99 truck. You see the 25 there of Querick. Zach Carter in the 18 as well. As CHRISTMAN now working the outside part of the racetrack and Probably not too thrilled with his setup here tonight. Sometimes loose, sometimes tight, as he is trying to work his way into the top 5, battling with Brandon Huff in the 21. The battle for 5th now as they work their way down the back straightaway. Huff, of course, out of East Palestine, Ohio, currently 5th in the points, looking for his first win of the year. 3 top 5s coming into round number 7. As we go back up front to Levi Mansfield, the class of the field here tonight. White flag is out for Levi Mansfield. The 54 truck looking for his 3rd win of the year, 3rd win in a row in his first full season with the ARCA Truck Series, through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and Mansfield on cruise control will take the win here at Lorain County. So a very dominating performance for Levi Mansfield in tonight's THIKTees.com 100, and a checker flag coming out for the rest of the field. So a great performance by Mansfield. Danny Jackson will end up in the 2nd spot as Mansfield now makes a nice little 180 and heads back over to victory lane. Took the lead from Sean Zepp on lap number 15 to lead the final 85 laps and pick up the win here tonight as he climbs out of the number 54 Kirsch's Automotive Chevy truck, and not without a handful of challenges as he had to hold off the 5 of Danny Jackson all night.
Definitely a 5 truck. He definitely kept us honest out there tonight. He was on us there for a while. We got some breaks through traffic, and he was just a solid truck all night. We've had a solid truck since we unloaded. We knew he was going to be really fast, and we just brought her home. I haven't got used to winning yet. This is my first season of winning a lot, and we'll take everything we can get. We're riding this wave. It's a blast.
So a big win tonight here at Lorain County for the 54 team and Levi Mansfield. Danny Jackson ends up 2nd, and Sean Zepp comes home 3rd. But for the 5 truck, I don't think their driver is too happy with running 2nd.
I'll tell you what, 2nd place is a disappointment to me for the way we've been running all year. And I'm going to go home and do my homework. I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud to have Widow Wax and Red Bank Transport and Parts Machine Service, Doug Miller Performance, and I'm proud of the R&B Fab chassis that I race. I'm going to do a little more work this week because I'm not satisfied with myself. I set this truck up myself, and I'm not happy with myself.
Well, I'm happy with the finish. We struggled in practice. We struggled in qualifying. My guys, I couldn't be prouder of the way my team reacted and what we did between qualifying and the start of the race. We made some very big changes. We took a swing at it, and sometimes when you do that, when you go out on the track, you just don't know what you got. And I trusted them, and then they gave me the faith to go out there and just drive the truck as hard as I could. And although we're top 3, this is a successful night for us.
So here's your final results for tonight's THIKTees.com 100. Levi Mansfield gets the win. Danny Jackson, Sean Zepp, Cody Quark, and Steve Christman round out your top 5. 4th top 10 of the year for Zach Carter. In fact, his 3rd 7th place finish. So with the win, Levi Mansfield will close the gap on Danny Jackson as they continue the chase for the championship with the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group of Ohio. Thanks so much for watching the THIKTees.com 100. We'll see you next time.